Well, here's another story that got our attention this morning in the papers. It kind of shocked us, actually. 250,000 women who rent their homes have been asked by their landlords for sexual favours in exchange for free or cheaper accommodation. It's an incredibly worrying trend, but it got us thinking today just about that role of sex, the power that's involved in that relationship as well, and the benefits of sex to sort of get what you need to get, potentially. I mean, it obviously it's going on, and it's quite rife within this kind of landlord and resident situation. It's quite scary.
I think it is really, really worrying. I'm not going to condemn the women or the men that get involved, because it's not just going to be men asking women to give them sexual favours in return for rent. It'll be, you know, same-sex relationships as well. But I actually am not going to judge the people that take the hard view, all right, I've got no money, I want somewhere to live, I'm just going to put out for a room. But what's really, really terrible is the balance of power in that relationship, because if you do put out to get accommodation, then you've got no contract. What if you don't want to have sex with the person, or you change your mind about that relationship? Then you'll be homeless. You can be chucked out overnight.
Yeah.
And that's shocking.
Yeah.
Really shocking.
Isn't it just so devastating to think that there are people out there in such desperate situations where they feel that that's their only option left, and that these people are taking advantage of that and saying, yeah, well, if you want a roof over your head, you've got to do something for me. And it makes me feel sick.
It does, I know, yeah, it really does. You know what, I know it sounds like a terrible thing to say, but I would never, ever be able to do that. I would rather make myself homeless. I'd rather sleep on the street than to have sex with somebody just for a roof over my head, honestly.
I think it's so difficult, isn't it? Because everyone has to make decisions according to whatever they're going through in their life at the time. It doesn't just happen in those scenarios either. I remember going out to a different country to work on a record and hopefully distribute it in that country, and meeting somebody who was really big,
a music producer,
yeah. who could help me distribute it and get on board and would make a huge difference. And that person asking if I wanted some alone time with him at dinner and we should get to know each other more. And at first, I was sort of like, ha, ha, and like laughed it off. But then I realised that it was a real sort of invitation to, if you come with me, then maybe I can help you. And I just, at that point, was like, OK, well, I'm going to go home and definitely not further my career in this. I don't think it's good for me, because I don't judge anyone for doing the opposite to what I did. It just seems to be happening everywhere.
Yeah, but when you look at people who are successful and you know that they put out to get a job, it's hard.
It's hard for me.
You say you're not judging them, but I judge them. I hate them.
I don't hate them, but I do
loathe the fact that there would be two people qualified for a job, but one will get the job because they put out.
Yeah. I mean, it's upset. It's disheartening more than anything, because you look and you think, I was definitely had the credentials to be able to do that just as well as the next person. So there's no reason that I shouldn't have got the job, and it is disheartening.
But it goes on in show business all the time.
And we know it goes on, and obviously we're not going to name names or anything, but we know.
Do you think
that
it still goes on today, really?
I think
do you think
it does,
it's still live, really?
Yeah. But when you and I started, it was commonplace, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
casting couch, it was called, wasn't it?
The casting couch, yeah. And you went for an audition and might be no one else there, or suddenly it was happening in a hotel as opposed to where you thought, you know, or in a hotel room, and you just...
That's the echoes of the Harvey Weinstein thing, really.
Yeah, and I suppose so, because, you know, you went along and then you find out that the person that got the job, you had far more qualifications than they did. But you weren't picking up on the messages that you luckily did pick up on.
But then I think that, you know, ultimately, those people in power shouldn't even be putting anyone in that position in the first place. So whether you say yes or no isn't the issue. It's the issue of them going out there and saying, here's my position of power, I can help you if you do this. And that's where the fault lies. It doesn't lie with anyone else.
Yeah. It's the abuse of the power, isn't it? Yeah, exactly.